Welcome to the Industrial Talk Podcast with Scott MacKenzie. Scott is a passionate industry professional dedicated to transferring cutting-edge, industry-focused innovations and trends while highlighting the men and women who keep the world moving. So put on your hard hat, grab your work boots, and let's go.
All right, once again, thank you very much for joining Industrial Talk, and thank you for your continued support of this particular platform that celebrates industry professionals all around the world. You know the routine. You are bold. You are brave. You dare greatly. You innovate. You collaborate. And you solve problems each and every day. That's why we celebrate you on this platform, Industrial Talk, and we are broadcasting on site. Once again, IoT Solutions World Congress. Barcelona, Spain is the location. You need to put this on your calendar. It is an ecosystem of individuals that are absolutely focused on solving your problems. It is. And it's all about education, collaboration, and innovation so that you can create your business to be more resilient. And we have in the hot seat, Erik. I'm not even going to try to say his last name, but his first name is Erik. I can do that. The company is T-Mobile, and we're going to be talking about that whole marriage between cellular and satellite and much, much more. Let's get cracking. All right. Erik, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks very much, Scott, for inviting me here.
Yeah,
cool.
That was so fast. I just wandered on over to the T-Mobile place, and I said I need to talk to somebody in T-Mobile, and then Erik popped his head out, and then it was like, that's it. We're doing an interview. Boom. That's how we roll.
Yeah, let's talk about very exciting things today.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Good conference?
Yeah, it's always a good conference. I've been here already many years.
Yeah.
And the conference is really a great quality conference. So you have really great discussions, interactions with people, engagement with customers, and that's all what we need to make better products.
You're absolutely right, and if you've been coming here for many years, then you've seen the changes that have happened as a result of I've been coming here for about 6 years or so, and then the conversations are completely different than they were 6 years ago. Completely. In fact, we're not even having those conversations.
No, and it's interesting. 5-6 years ago, we saw a lot of test beds. So a kind of initial test setups,
yes.
Prototyping stuff, and so on. A lot more. We don't see that much anymore. That doesn't mean it's not there, but it's there in a different form.
Yeah, you're right about that. I didn't even really think about that, but you're absolutely correct. We had the test. In fact, there was the test bed that was, in a warehouse, and it was moving packages or simulating the movement of packages and all of that stuff by robots.
Yeah, and it was actually we had these things that were more representing the dream that we had that we need to build, and then after that we get these techno prototyping stuff, and now we're really starting to get products. And 6 years ago we did not have products at all, but now we have products. So there's quite an advancement actually.
It is, and that's fast. That was fast, and it's just getting faster all the time. All right, before we get into that conversation, Erik, give us just a little background on who you are.
Yeah, so my name's Erik. My last name is Brunnekreef. It's actually Dutch, but I left Holland already more than 30 years ago.
Oh.
My profession is I'm a tech business builder. I make tech products and I make tech businesses around that. So I've been starting up about now 15 mobile operator networks. I did that in the past, and I have been building products and businesses in a couple of other segments like supply chain, tourism, and now lately a lot with data, especially satellite data.
So you were speaking, definitely, you're speaking here at this particular event, and give us a little overview of what you were talking about.
So yesterday we had a talk. I did it with my colleague from Intelsat. Intelsat is a satellite operator, and we at Telecom we have made a unique product, I would say, in the medium band broadband area, where we have created a converged satellite and cellular product. And that means that you have one box and that there is cellular and satellite connectivity in there, and it's all orchestrated and managed centrally. And customers just can get this and put it on a site where they need absolutely secure connectivity. Because we made this product especially for use cases that companies have where they need to deal with critical infrastructure, critical operations, but also critical business things in terms of e-commerce and also safety. Did you know that about 35% of the IoT connectivity is related to critical life, money, or national safety.
What is that percentage?
35% of it.
Oh!
Yeah. And so it's not so obvious to everybody.
No, it isn't.
But let's make this really obvious. Actually, we have every week now, somewhere in the world, a flood, a rain flood.
Really?
Yes. Last week in Germany, we had one in Brazil, in Porto Alegre. We had one rain flood in Dubai. We had a rain flood in Nairobi, in Kenya, all in the last month.
Huh.
And weather is getting extreme, climate is getting extreme, and we use IoT to at least monitor what's going on. We can't save everything, of course, but we can at least monitor it. We can communicate with the people involved what to do in which kind of situations. No, and that's for these kind of reasons we built that Satellite Connect product from Telecom, which is Telecom together with Intelsat providing that.
So, with that sort of overview of what the product is or what the solution is, are you saying that my cellular device, I'm going to use it in sort of whatever that cellular device is, my communication cellular device, I won't see it shift from a cellular to a satellite. It's just sort of, in essence, the technology's seamless. So I'll maintain, no matter what, communications.
Yeah, indeed, that's it. If we talk about cellular devices, we talk about IoT. Of course, those are IoT devices and not mobile phones. But yes, that's exactly true. And we explicitly made this product to create that, to create a base quality of connectivity, and to create almost 100% of coverage. Because if we combine cellular, which is a public network, which is all around, with satellite, which is a private network, we combine actually a lease line with a public service. And that's the ultimate way of getting resilient connectivity through two different networks. So, and that's
huge.
Yeah.
That's huge, and I can think from an IoT connected device perspective. If I have devices that are in remote locations, and of course there's no cellular coverage in some of these remote locations, but if I want to have connectivity, then I'm able to achieve that with that solution, where it's like, okay, there's a cellular or there's a satellite solution that can maintain my connectivity to that remote asset that's in the middle of wherever, Timbuktu.
Yeah, it can be in the middle of Timbuktu, but it can also be just around the corner.
Yes.
Let me take the example again of this rain flooding, because rain flooding happens everywhere, not only somewhere out.
Yeah.
But it starts normally somewhere out, because a real flood starts somewhere high and the water comes down. So it starts in mountains where you normally have cellular coverage is not always good. So what we do, we put on the side there a cell router and a satellite dish or a satellite terminal, and along the way we can measure always uninterrupted, get data that measure every minute actually the water levels, and combining all that data and doing the analytics for that gives the people who need to solve and monitor and
prepare and
all the
be
information
proactive. They can sit there and be ahead of the game.
It's even that, because if you are going to compare that data with data from other floods that have been happening in the past, you get much more knowledgeable about how you need to manage your flood that's coming maybe in 1 or 2 days. You can start predicting it. This is one solution, one situation where we do that. I also spoke already about ambulances and fire brigade and that stuff, but we also do industrial activities, like we monitor connectivity, or we manage connectivity for solar parks and wind parks, which are also partially outside of cellular coverage. And more and more companies, for different reasons, want to have this uninterrupted data flows, so they need this kind of solution.
So because I'm intrigued with the cellular side, I've got the... I'm intrigued with the satellite side, excuse me. Your relationship with the company that has satellites that are specific and dedicated to to providing that communication, right? And are they expanding? Like, you know, I mean, it's like physically expanding these satellites and are they? Take us through that.
There are a couple of different models how they can work together. So we have at Telecom, we have at the moment now two models working. One model is that we invite companies, satellite company, so that we can integrate and make a joint product on the network of Telecom. But the medium broadband product, which I just was discussing about, it's more like that we invite partners. And very important, IoT is a world of partnering. We invite different satellite partners to provide their own satellite services, and we join them on the data level with the cellular services that we have themselves. So in this case also the customer does have the choice of selecting a certain satellite partner that he wants to have with a certain coverage, with a certain set of parameters that are attributes to that service, and combine it with our services specifically tailored for their needs.
No way.
So that's more a partnership model, whereas the other is more, I would say, a network integrated model where we have included satellite as a roaming partner on the Deutsche Telekom roaming SIMs.
So this is in operations right now?
Yeah, both are in operations, they work, we have customers, and for the roaming service we still need to wait a little bit until the module makers can also provide the modules in production, but in testing we're already there, we work with customers, and the Satellite Connect service, so the medium and broadband service, is already in operation with customers now.
Is it across, where is it in operations? Where can I?
We started just in Germany.
Okay.
And so we have some German customers because our headquarters is in Germany. We started there. But for instance, also here in Barcelona, we speak to many people, other people from Europe and also the United States. Technically, the service works global. So in any kind of country that you can find with a satellite, so that's global. And also the SIM cards where they have roaming. But for the sake of focus and to do a guided market introduction, we started in Germany and now are getting into Europe.
With all that said, with all of this wonderful solutions being rolled out, now I would imagine it's going to be in the United States and Asia, and it just makes sense. I'm going there. What is sort of that future look like? Where are we going? What's that strategic vision? So is it just the point where communication is 100% everywhere?
Yeah, it's everywhere where it's needed.
Where it's needed.
Because
I don't need it in the middle of...
Exactly, we don't want to waste resources as well.
Yes.
And so we just need to find a way how to make it available there where it's needed. So some other things about, there are an awful amount of satellites which going into the sky.
Yeah.
And there you can start also thinking about the efficiency side of things. Is it really efficient? Because everything that you produce or make available for operation costs money. So I think we should make something that is only there where it's needed for our customers. And that means in the beginning we need to make a little bit more to find out how.
Sure.
But on the other side, what I also think will be very important is actually the hardware used by the customers. Because we need to make satellite communications a lot more easier to set up, even to buy, but also to set up and to operate. Because many people still have a little bit of a James Bond idea about satellite, untouchable and so on.
Right.
And we just need to make this a lot more mainstream.
You bring up a good point about it needs to be simple.
Yeah.
Don't make me jump through hoops. Make it just, in fact, I don't want to see it. I just want to, it's an interesting position to be in, knowing that I can be pretty much anywhere. Okay, I'm connected. I don't want to have those conversations where I'm not.
Exactly. You don't
It's
want to
just
have
I
the
don't.
headache of this. It just needs to be there where you need it.
Right.
And it's our job.
That's interesting.
to make that happen.
Yeah, that's an interesting position to be in, because if I complain about it, then I'm seeing too much.
Yes.
But if I'm not complaining about it, I don't see anything. But it's just happening.
Yeah, it's just good.
That's just amazing. You know.
Yeah. Indeed. So that's with many things the same. People that are not complaining are happy people.
So, with all of that said, this is a great conversation. How does somebody get a hold of you? Are you out on LinkedIn?
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn with my full Dutch name, Erik Brunnekreef. And you probably find me when you do something with satellite data, satellite IoT.
Yeah, that's true.
Telecom.
Where in Netherlands are you from?
I'm from actually close to the German border. It's a town called Hengelo, and now I'm just on the other side of the border, working for Telecom in Bonn.
Not too far.
No, it's the same region.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to have all the contact information for Erik out on Industrial Talk, so be sure that you connect with him. This is excellent. So it's just new. It's just happening. It's one of those things. I appreciate that. All right, we're going to have all the contact information for Erik out on Industrial Talk. We are broadcasting from IoT Solutions World Congress. Barcelona, Spain is the location. And you need to put this on your calendar. Make it happen, Captain. And we're going to wrap up this conversation on the other side. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
You're listening to the Industrial Talk Podcast Network.
What a fun conversation. IoT Solutions World Congress, Barcelona, Spain, was the location. Erik was in the hot seat. And what I enjoyed about this conversation, which is just as you start to project forward into your future thinking, they have the solution to marry cellular with satellites or seamless, and I mean seamless connectivity. That's exciting. I don't know about the technology. I don't know about what is needed to make that work, but nonetheless, that's exciting stuff. Thank you, Erik, for being on the program. Once again, we were at IoT Solutions World Congress, Barcelona. Put that on your calendar. As I mentioned, it is a great event and well worth the time and energy to be able to attend and meet people like Erik. All the contact information for Erik will be out on Industrial Talk. You know this platform is dedicated to you, so go out to Industrial Talk and educate, collaborate, and innovate. We're going to have another great conversation coming from this wonderful event shortly, so stay tuned.